You're actually our favorite today. With who doesn't love a brownie?
Who doesn't love a brownie, right? I love brownies.
And everybody needs to bring something if you're invited to a barbecue or a picnic or something.
Graduation parties, anything coming up all summer long.
But to make it from scratch is a little bit daunting. Are they one of the easiest things to make?
Yes.
I just buy out of the box because I'm too afraid.
You're not going to buy the box anymore.
Okay.
We're going to show you how. Look, this is it. You're looking at it. This is it. And then we're going to take it to this. So you can go as easy as you want or as hard as you want. So
I have to see if the stars actually taste different for them, the squares.
No, it might.
Okay, so tell the folks what are the ingredients that they need to make this.
We're going to start with some bittersweet chocolate and some semi-sweet chocolate. Normally dark chocolate
just the
being
squares?
Bittersweet. Yep, just the squares you can buy, or if you have dark chocolate on hand, you can use that. And some unsalted butter.
Okay.
We're going to have some eggs and vanilla, some white sugar and brown sugar, and then we have flour with a little bit of baking powder. And then these are just what we're going to add in today, but you can obviously add in whatever you want, chocolate, nuts, flavorings.
With baking, is following the steps really key? Like you can't just throw in?
Yes, no, every now and then you see a recipe where it says everything in.
Or sift something first and then do it.
And then go back. No, just definitely follow your steps. Make sure your eggs are up to temperature. Make sure your chocolate's cool. You know, you want to take the right precautions so you don't end up with a bad product.
What is the time that it would take from start to finish of making the brownies, baking them?
For these, probably like 50 minutes. You know what I mean? Probably takes you like in the 10-minute range for this, and then you're going to probably bake it off for 35, 40 minutes.
All right, we're going to get started in our next segment when we come back. All right, excellent. We are back in the kitchen. I am with Chef Gretchen from NCCC, and we are baking up a fan favorite here, brownies.
Brownies.
From scratch.
From scratch, I promise. Nothing to be intimidated or scared about.
Okay, what are you doing now?
I just have my eggs in here, and I'm going to take my sugar and add it to my eggs.
Okay.
And I don't want to incorporate a lot of air. I'm not looking to leaven my product, make my product have height.
Not like a cake.
Not like a cake. I have baking powder for that. Baking powder is going to give my brownies plenty of height. So I'm just looking to combine. I'm using a whisk just to blend the ingredients easier, not because you couldn't use a spoon or a spatula or anything else. I like whisks.
And the vanilla is already in there?
The vanilla's already in. I always put my vanilla or flavoring in with my eggs. Mostly because most recipes say to and out of habit. I do it a lot of times, so I know I have it. Right, like I put it with that. So I'm just combining.
And then the chocolate?
Chocolate's next.
Can I do this?
Do it up.
Can I use it with a spatula?
Of course.
Now this is semi-sweet or unsweetened?
Semi-sweet and bittersweet, which is like a dark chocolate, and butter. That's where our fat is, and it's all melted together. You can do it in a microwave for 1 minute on high intervals till it's melted, or a double boiler would work, whatever you're more comfortable with.
You know, I'm not sure. It doesn't really look fresh. Oh, it is. Nuts?
Flour.
Flour.
Flour with our baking powder in it.
Okay.
Now,
and just dump.
No, that's right. And now I want you to add the nuts on top of the flour. I like to do this because the flour sort of coats whatever you're putting in, chocolate chips, whatever you're doing. If you notice, it kind of coats them, and it keeps them from sinking to the bottom.
Okay, let's show that. See that? All right, we've got about 15 seconds left. And I'm going to take, you don't waste anything.
No,
the wrapper
of course
the butter?
not. Yeah, save your butter wrappers and grease your pans with it.
This is all she would trust me with. And you know what? She's a smart lady for that.
No way. You can help me out the whole time.
Okay, I'll help you eat it.
Yes.
All right, we're going to pour it in and then put it in the oven because we have an air-conditioned studio. And right now I'm going to send it off to break, but I'm going to tell you about no explosions, nothing, no experiments here.
No.
Gretchen knows exactly what she's doing.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Now, first of all, she got this whole brownie out of the pan, and I asked her, how does that ever happen? Because I can't even get a piece out. No. You explained parchment paper.
You can use parchment paper. This is parchment paper that I've cut up to use for a paper cone, but you can buy them in full sheets, like a sheet tray would be like.
And you line the bottom.
And you just cut it to fit either cakes or brownies, whatever size pan you're using. Yep. Just put it in, spray it with some Pam, put it down, spray some more.
And then it just flips out.
When you do it, like edge your pan, and then it should just flip right out.
Excellent. All right.
Yes.
Now that we have that down, we have it out, what do we do now?
Okay, we're going to do some different shapes, because who wouldn't want star-shaped brownies at their picnic?
Absolutely.
Or if you're looking to maybe take it to the next level, you could add some ganache and sprinkles, which we've done here. And this is a peanut butter filling with crushed peanut butter cups on top and peanuts in the brownie. And this is a fresh raspberries with ganache drizzled on top.
I just happen to have some fruit from Wegmans, courtesy of Waters.
Right, from the fruit bar. So you could definitely spice up your brownies with that.
All right, let's start.
So what you'd want to do is, obviously get your brownies out however you want, and then use whatever cutters. Star cutters would work. And just be careful when you're going.
Probably just waste.
But the best part is for the second take, we're going to be using all of our weight.
That's right, that's right.
We're going to have
it's okay
some
today.
Yes, and push it out very gently.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
This will take me about 5 minutes, so you can carry on with the next
That's okay,
project.
though, because then look how pretty they'll look when you're done. So what you could do is you could take these, or any shape that you want.
Okay.
And we're going to put some ganache on the edges.
Ganache on, so I just...
Put some, use your offset there. Put a little ganache on.
What is ganache made of?
Ganache is chocolate and heavy cream. You can also start to add butter or any sort of glucose or corn syrup to it to have it be the consistency that you want.
I know you're horrified right now, but I really love
No, I'm not horrified. I'm so glad you're willing to try.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're
that's a polite way of saying that's not how you do it.
It's going to look perfect. And then roll it in your sprinkles.
What are my sprinkles?
And look.
Look at that.
Perfect.
That is delicious. Might never make it to the plate. Okay, so that we have that one down.
We have that one. You can do that. You can also cut similar. This has the peanut in it.
So you've baked one with peanuts in it.
So I baked some with peanuts in it, and I have my piping bag with a star tip, but you can use any sort of tip that you want.
Okay.
Piping bags are really handy to have on hand. I know they can say sometimes use a Ziploc baggie or whatever, but a lot of times they break. It's better just to invest in one. They're probably $3.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can use it for mashed potatoes, doing cupcakes, doing
Could you just take a teaspoon and like
Yes, you could. Yes, you definitely could. But I love piping bags. I use them all the time.
That's why
so I'm just going to put a little I'm going to put a little filling in there. And then we're just going to pipe a little on top.
Can I just borrow that for a minute? I'm going to create my own.
And then you can sprinkle.
Oh, I love this thing. Look at that, and you had peanut butter cups.
And I put a little crushed up peanut butter cup on top just to take it to the next level.
And you can be creative with the fruits on top, too.
You can do whatever shape you want for your fruits, and then you can stick.
Let me ask you this. In this hot weather, if you don't have air conditioning, which you and I were talking about, we both don't.
No,
do you have to refrigerate your brownies, or can you leave them out? Is it safe?
You can leave them out, but I would always throw everything in the fridge.
Always.
Just because, I mean, there's always fruit flies probably involved. There might be any sort of things in your house. Like, I would just always throw everything in the fridge. Probably there's more space in your fridge anyway, so
okay.
I would always put everything in the fridge.
All right, terrific. So now we have the stars, we have
So we have some stars, and now what I'm going to do is just, if you're looking to finish something, this is a paper cone made out of
parchment paper.
With the parchment paper. And you can take your ganache.
I can't wait to see what you're going to do. Oh, you're going to drizzle it over the raspberries.
You could always use a fork, you know, let it drip off. That's another way.
All right. And Triple C, you teach the baking program?
I do. I teach baking and pastry classes.
When do those start up again? Because you're on break.
Right. We start up again at the end of August, early September. I have a breads class this year, which I'm really excited about because I love working with fresh bread.
Okay.
And that'll be new for me. Normally I teach an introduction to classical pastry classes, and then sometimes I jump into the culinary realm and I teach baking and pastry to the culinary kids, which is really fun. I really like it, and it's really challenging for me.
I bet.
Because they always go, why do we have to learn this? Why do I have to know this? And I go, because you're going to know it.
Baking is really hard. It's one of the most precise but most lovely, I think,
It is,
culinary
and it's
skills.
not scary. It's not hard. It's not intimidating. I promise.
All right.
I got my parchment bag.
There you go. Well, everything is so beautiful here. We're going to toss it right now back out to some experimenting outside. We're going to go back out with Allie and see some explosion. And we're going to eat brownies. Truly, what could be better than a hot fudge sundae on these sweltering days? And
What could be better?
I have to, though, invite my best friend, Joe.
Yes.
We are partners in everything.
Get Arena
good
up
and
here.
bad. We have an extra
Awesome.
ice cream
thank you.
sundae plate.
Empty. Empty.
Exactly.
I've set you all up for a delicious sundae bar.
Wow.
So you save all the...
Save your brownie scraps. If you cut anything out, if you're cutting circles, you know, if you have a bunch of scraps, save them. Or
Okay.
if they're even a little stale, you know what I mean? The ice cream will soften them up. You know, you haven't had them in a couple days and you want to use them up. Put the ice cream on them, soften them up.
Now, this was your concoction. You started with the
I put
ganache.
the ganache on the bottom, pseudo hot fudge. You can add any kind of toppings, whipped cream, sprinkles, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you like to
And you
add.
just
Layer a
cover it
little
up.
of this on
Lay
the
it right
bottom.
in there.
Yeah.
I'll put a few brownies on here.
And this would be fun for your kids. You could have your kids come in, make their own hot fudge sundaes.
Yeah, easily, right?
Easily.
We never said the temperature of the brownies. What
They go
And
in
how
a
long?
350 oven for about 35-40 minutes.
Okay.
And if the top starts to crack, you can always cover it up with tin foil.
Okay.
If you want it to have a softer top on it.
We have your husband in the studio right now.
My husband is here
Dave,
today.
can we get a shot of him?
Yeah.
That's that handsome man right over there.
He is the lucky recipient of many of my baked goods.
Wow, lucky
Well, then
guy.
you know what? We can just invite him down. Come on down.
Yeah.
Make your own sundae. Actually, you can have your wife's sundae. Come on down.
Come on, come have a delicious Sunday at 9 a.m.
Absolutely.
not?
I'd offer you mine, but no.
Wow,
All
this
right.
is great. Ice
What
cream.
other ideas do you have for families? Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Great.
Oh, this is
You are a
wonderful.
lucky
I
man.
get this every night.
I know. Give it back. I'm going to get you a spoon there. What are some other things that you teach in your class at NCCC?
All right.
Some of the classes just depend. Some of them have a focus, and you teach certain baked goods. Other classes, you'll get the whole spectrum of everything, from breads, pies, cakes, cookies.
Excellent.
So it just depends.
We are so excited that you came
I know.
today. Can't wait for your next
Yes,
time.
thank
Welcome.
you.
Thanks for bringing her.
Yes, thanks to my
Yeah.
husband.